Hello, Toy Collector fans. Universal Toy Collector here, and welcome to the channel. And welcome to another episode of my childhood toy collecting memories. Okie dokie then. So welcome to another episode of my childhood toy collecting memories, the series where I get to chat with you, members of the YouTube toy collecting community, about certain memories that you have from certain toys that you have in your collection from your childhood. And joining us this week is our good friend, Dez T. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Stu?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much. Very much looking forward to this. So you've sent me through some pictures. Some of them I got very excited about. So, but I'm interested to hear about your other toy memories. So, shall we get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get the slides up then. So here we go. So here we have. This is a very young Des by the looks
It
of
is.
things. So as you can
That-
see, he's leaning back in the chair there. So it started at an early age. So what's the story behind this, Des?
Well, this is my sixth birthday um,
Okay.
on Hunstanton Beach, um, mid sort of August,
Yeah.
and this is me and my brother, who we used to dress the same but slightly different colours. See, I've got a blue striped shirt, and my brother's got
Oh, okay. Yeah,
a
yeah.
red striped shirt, and that's me getting my Britain's combine harvester, which was an absolute
Okay.
dream.
Okay. So that would be this.
That exactly. And I was
Wow.
doing a bit of research, and apparently
Yeah.
that was Toy of the Year in 1978.
Wow. That is. I don't remember those toys back in the day. So I mean, were these quite popular, Des?
I
This
think
range.
so. Well, I think Britain's as a company was sort of quite popular. I mean,
Yeah.
my brother had sort of like the knights of old, with
Right.
the sort of metallic figures.
Yeah.
But I had more the sort of farm, and then we sort of both sort of got the farm, and we because my brother's only 18 months older than me, so we'd always play with each other and play
Yeah.
with each other's. Well, they were our toys, not his or mine. They were
Yeah.
our toys, so
Yeah.
we'd sort of play
So
together.
the
Yeah,
what? So the memory behind this one, Des. I mean, this obviously this is a picture. Do
yeah.
you still have this in your
No,
collection?
no,
No.
that's long gone,
Yeah.
absolutely long gone. Well, we sold a lot of we sold all of it. I mean, we had a quite a good farm sort of, collection of the farm stuff, and I
Yeah.
remember selling it all for about 15 quid,
Oh wow.
to
Wow.
some sort of chap right down the road
Yeah.
who'd been
Yeah.
like I suppose an early toy dealer,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
So what is it about this then that brings back memories for you?
Oh, it's just the playing with it. It's not so much, I mean, that's, I suppose, really the combine harvest is like a token of the whole farm area that we had.
Yeah.
You'd get anything from a chicken and a little row of chicks,
Yeah.
for sort of 5p back in the 70s, all the
Wow.
way up to sort of the your bigger sort of beasts, your cows and your horses,
Yeah.
different types of horses, and then your farm machinery, and you could just build it up and build it up. And the best thing about it, and which is a theme, I suppose, with a lot of toys, but certainly with the stuff that I collected, you could get, like I say, the stuff for the pence,
Yeah.
and then stuff for the pounds for your birthdays and Christmases, which is just what I liked,
Yeah.
It's
So you've got a tractor with a plow there. You've got like a I think there's a hay bale tractor there, and then you've got
yeah,
like a farm
yeah.
section there. I mean, did you have all of this? Was it quite a big collection of these
Yeah, I think
toys
so.
that you
Yeah,
had? It
yeah. I
was,
mean,
yeah.
I'll
Mm.
admit, off the top of my head, I can't really remember what we actually had, but obviously I can remember
Yeah.
having the combined harvester, which was
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great, and you'd set it up pretty much the same sort of thing as you'd set up your toy trains.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Your
it. Yeah.
Hornby stuff. You
Yeah.
set it all up and you try and get it as realistically as you can, and yeah, just sort of set it up, and then I suppose play with it for a bit. I mean, what sort of stories that we used to have, I can't really remember. You know,
That's
um,
that's the beauty of kids, isn't it? You just the imagination runs wild. But I mean, was you
exactly.
into farming, Des? Was that kind of did you like that type of thing back then, or was it just
No,
the
no, not really.
colours, the vehicles that you liked,
Yeah,
or
I mean, it was all the bright colours. I mean, the
yeah,
Massey Ferguson red and the John Deere greens and all that sort of stuff, the
yeah,
JCB
wow,
yellows and that. But yeah, it was. But the mechanics on certainly on the combine harvester, I'm sure there's a little piece on the top that's
yeah.
like an exhaust pad that was the actual steering mechanism, so you
Oh
could
wow,
steer and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose
It wasn't
combine.
electric, was it? It didn't have
No,
any
no, no,
electrics
no,
to it.
no.
No.
It's all the motor is your hands, doing all your
Yeah,
sort of work
yeah,
and that.
yeah,
But yeah, no, hours of fun playing underneath the kid, the tables and
yeah.
harvesting the carpet, that
So
sort
what
of
was?
stuff.
Can you remember that day down at the beach when you got
No,
that?
no, no,
No.
no. Only through that sort of the picture. It's strange
Yeah,
as well because you can see the chap who's just in front of me. So this is mid-August in the summer, and the chap with the suit on. That's me
yeah.
grandpa, and
Okay.
so why has he got a suit in the middle of August on the beach?
Well, gentlemen were respectful and they knew how to
Yeah,
dress in those days, Des.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the thing, you know.
But
So,
yeah,
but yeah, that's cool, man.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
was
yeah,
going to say because you had the photo, I thought you might have had some kind of recollection of the day and stuff like that. I mean, would that have been something that you're expecting that combine harvester? Or was that a surprise?
I would have thought it would have been a surprise because it's that's not something that you'd sort of get a toy catalogue and sort of put down.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm assuming that we'd have had a big sort of selection already of the Britain's farm stuff,
yeah,
and it was just like the icing on the cake. Whether they'd have sort of done a bit of research and thought, oh, we'll get this because it's a good sort of toy.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, but yeah, certainly, yeah, a
If you were
good toy.
going around NEC and you saw one of those combine harvesters, would you be tempted to get it? If it was, it doesn't matter the condition.
It'd certainly pull at the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Um, it depends whether Mrs. T's with me, I suppose, and the price. But the thing is, it's like with anything like that.
Yeah,
It's you pick it up, then oh well, I want this now, and I want that and then where do I display it?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I know Keith Guppy's got a good selection of his sort of childhood memories toys.
yeah,
Um, so you could have that as a token of, well, I had that. But whether I'd go down and sort of get a big farmyard because
yeah.
that's a big area just to put 4 cows in it. It's for the field, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Things like that. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know. It's,
that's
it's, it's a
cool.
good question to be honest. Yeah, if I see it.
Well, because I mean, myself and Georgie, we've done that. We've gone around toy fairs and we've seen something that we've had, and it's not been your typical sort of like thing that like your Star Wars or whatever. It's just like a little something like a little doll Georgie had, or like a
Yeah,
My Little Pony or a Care Bear. Or I found these, for example, these planes.
yeah, yeah,
I used
yeah,
to, I used to collect those as a kid, and I saw those in Waterstones, and I hadn't seen them since the 80s, and I was
yeah,
like, I was just blown away. And sometimes when you actually genuinely feel that nostalgia buzz because you look at it and you just have that
yeah,
memory, and I was so happy. I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. And I mean,
yeah.
would you think that would that be your feeling when if you ever come across that combine harvester or not?
Probably not with the combine harvester because
Yeah,
the time is from that point to now is it's so nearly
well, it's
half
a few years,
nearly
yeah,
half a century,
yeah, yeah.
literally. But yeah, I'll certainly have fond memories of if I see
Yeah.
it and playing with it. Yeah,
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 that is so cool. That is so
yeah.
cool. What's so again, is this the Britain's catalogue? Is it? I'm sorry, I couldn't get that any bigger.
That's what I say. And these
But
are
there's,
all
I mean,
obviously
there's a
things
lot of stuff there, isn't there?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Again, it just sort of it catered for all pockets.
Yeah,
Whether you
yeah,
could afford big stuff or small stuff. And yeah, and anything that you could get in the farm, you can
yeah,
literally it was reproduced in toy form.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, that was the good thing about those days, Des. With the toy lines that you got, looking at Britain's. I mean, this, like I say, this is the first I've sort of like heard of it, but it reminds me of the kind of like your Action Force, your GI Joe, or your Star Wars, where you've got all those big vehicles, but then you get the smaller sort of
Yeah,
like vehicles and playsets and stuff like that. That if you can't afford to get the bigger vehicles, you got the
exactly.
smaller ones. So there's something for everybody. I mean, for
Yeah.
me, that combine harvester looks like the Millennium Falcon type sort of thing. That was the
Yeah,
big toy that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
kids
big
wanted for
ticket item
Christmas and
sort of
stuff.
thing. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I
mean,
say,
yeah. Cool. Sorry.
I'm gonna say you even got your sort of like your farm your
Yeah,
barns, your Dutch barns, and all that sort of stuff that to house all them.
yeah,
It literally, if you like I say, if it was on a farm, they'd sort of reproduce it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you know, but is this stuff sort of like hard to come by now? Do you actively search for it? Not like through toy fairs and stuff like that, but go online and check eBay and stuff like that. I mean, have you
No,
seen any of this in a toy fair at all? Is it
I've,
easy to
I've,
come
I've,
by?
s- I've, I think I used to see a lot of the sort of die cast stuff. I mean, a lot of the machinery would be a mixture of metal and plastic. So I used
Yeah,
to see a lot of the tractors at cons or at toy fairs more than a con.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I've certainly I've not sort of sorted out looking for it.
yeah.
It and whether I would, I don't know. Thing is, again, it's space, time, and where would I display it?
Well, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Pretty
it,
much like, well, in a box in a cupboard somewhere, pretty much like me, I guess. But okay, let's move on then. And we have now. This is very, very recognizable. This is Playmobil. Um,
Yeah, again,
oh,
this thi
yeah,
this is a Google image. I'm not gonna sort of say this is mine,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that is the set I had.
Oh wow,
I had they're the Unionists, but
yeah,
I can't remember ever seeing. Again, I'm sure people like Keith Knight will tell me otherwise. Whether you got the Confederates,
yeah,
which were the sort of the grey and the light blue, whereas these are the
yeah,
sort of the dark blue. But oh yeah, I had many hours again
yeah.
playing with this. And again, whether this was my thing, and my brother had the knights with
Okay,
the silver sort of like bodies. There, that's
like
it.
these here, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they do look so cool. I mean, they're unmistakable, aren't they? Playmobil,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
it's 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 testament to them because they've been going for years. I mean, I've seen Shabby; he's got some really old vintage style boxed like Playmobil and stuff like
yeah,
that. I mean,
yeah.
again, was this something that you were like really big into?
I think playing when we was kids. Again, this would be pre-Star Wars. So,
Yeah,
yeah, so mid sort of 70s, I think Playmobil, it was like 1974. So sort of the mid 70s, yeah, we were sort of into this, me and my brother. And I've got
yeah.
so these are a couple of
Oh, let's have a look. Let's enlarge you.
so again they're not the sort of best ones in the world.
Oh no,
Now,
but they're so cool though. I mean, do you know what I love about Playmobil is that the figures haven't changed,
no,
from
no.
in
There's
years of they.
there's slight differences,
Oh, is there?
but it is very slight. I mean, the face is sort of the same,
Yeah,
but you can tell a modern figure they'll have like a foot rather than the leg into the
right.
foot. They've got like a
Okay.
foot sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and some of the modern ones, the hands will swivel, whereas
Oh,
the
okay.
original ones, it is just a sort of the hand. It doesn't sort of turn at all like that. But yeah, yeah. See,
And
and then
again,
again, see,
look at
that's
that. I mean, oh, that is right up your street, isn't it? That is the Builder's superset. Let's
so
have a
that
look.
so there's the build. I don't know why it's got whether that's a drill somewhere to put his drill. I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah. Look
yeah,
at that little
but I
holster.
think that must have come off the American Civil War,
Oh,
the
okay.
holster.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's and that is definitely one from my childhood. That
Oh,
that
wow.
one,
Yeah.
that one, and then this chap
Oh, we
here,
got more.
that chap there, which I think is on the next picture.
Oh, okay.
So he's from the police boat.
Okay.
But
That is
whatever
that
happened
is
to the police
awesome.
boat,
That
I
is
have
awesome.
no idea.
But I mean, look at that Builder's superset. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Oh,
thing is, and again, I'd have had that in when I were about sort of 3 or 4, and who knew that I was gonna become a builder,
well,
you
well,
know?
absolutely, yeah. I mean, that is
Whether
mental.
that was just sort of it fed into my, subconscious, I don't know.
Possibly, possibly. I mean, it looks awesome though, doesn't it? I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
And then there's
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, and
the
again,
I mean,
this
the
isn't mine.
vehicles that you got with it as well, Des.
Yeah,
It's
but this would have been, yeah, sort of, late sort of 70s, but
yeah.
all the bits you got with it, and I can remember playing with this in the bath.
Oh
I mean,
God.
what sort of, uh, stories I'm coming up with? Because it was just the police. There were no there were no sort of baddies.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow. But again, is this something that if you see it, you'd
Mm.
obviously get those nostalgia feelings, but would it be enough to actually get it, buy it again or not
I
really?
don't know. I think to be to me to get this, it's got to be that perfect storm of there's no Star Wars there.
Oh God.
I've
Right.
got
Okay.
money
Yeah.
burning a hole in my pocket
Yeah.
and nothing
Yeah.
to buy. I'd probably, yeah, I'd be tempted, especially with Mrs. T
Yeah.
getting into a bit of Playmobil as well now. So,
Oh, is she really?
yeah,
Oh, right.
it sort of
Okay.
it could get,
Yeah.
yeah, good, good, interesting. But again, this
Yeah.
isn't my this is what I had, but this is just a
Yeah.
Google image.
Yeah. But I mean, look at the accessories you get with that. I mean, that is, I mean, back in the day, it was definitely value for money, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, do you
Oh,
remember
oh,
seeing these kind of things in the shops and stuff like that
yeah, oh,
when
yeah,
you were
yeah.
younger? Yeah.
Yeah, playing. They had a good sort of selection of different lines, whether it be the police, whether it be the cowboys and Indians, whether
Yeah.
it be the builders or the knights of old. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
yeah, very good stuff.
But I mean,
And
again,
good quality as well. The quality
yeah.
of it. Again, you look at them now. These are well played with, but
Yeah.
they hold up now.
Yeah. But I mean, the world building aspect was there even then, wasn't it? With,
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
I mean, because did you have, was it Playmobil City that you could get?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, look. I mean, my what I like about it as well is me and my brother had it as kids.
Yeah.
My daughters, both of my daughters have had it. They've got the doll's house, and now my granddaughters are starting to play with it.
Oh, wow.
They're not old enough to play with this sort of stuff, but they play with the 1, 2, 3 stuff, which is
Yeah.
the sort of for want of a better word, dumbed down version.
Yeah.
Like you don't get so many accessories
Yeah.
for obvious reasons,
But I
because it's
mean,
for 300.
I like the longevity of it. You said it was in the 70s that you got this
Yeah,
sort of stuff and
yeah,
before Star Wars. And I mean, it's still going strong, isn't it,
yeah,
Playmobil?
yeah,
You've got all
yeah.
the modern day sets now from I mean, it's more pop culture type sort of stuff now, isn't it?
Yeah, but
With the
they've
cars
still
and
got
stuff.
their own stuff, if that makes sense. Not just the pop
Yeah,
culture, or not just
yeah,
the branded stuff, shall we say? The stuff that they do, it's yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And
yeah,
you go on Facebook Marketplace or Vinted, and it's you know it's widely available, and it's great prices for
yeah.
quality goods.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember seeing a lot of Playmobil when I was a kid, but I don't know why. For some reason, even at a young age, I found it kind of like babyish.
Yeah, yeah,
Does
no, I
that
can
make
understand that.
sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think
but now look at, I mean, now I think, wow, and we've got a couple of Playmobil bit, well, Georgie has anyway, it's all Back to the Future stuff, but, I don't personally have any, but, oh, yes, I do, I've got my, Captain Birdseye, haven't I? But yeah, mate, it just makes you wonder,
yeah,
would I
yeah.
have
I
been into
think
this if it wasn't for Star Wars?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, that, yeah, if there wasn't for this, then there'd be that, or there'd be that, or there'd be that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whether the baby thing is it because all the faces are the same? I don't know. The only
Quite possibly. I mean, it was very basic articulation, wasn't it, and stuff
yeah,
like that. But
yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean, the sets you got, the vehicles, the buildings, and the little sets of it's
yeah,
amazing. And
uh,
like I say, the longevity of it. I mean, obviously they've done very, very well, very, very successful because it's
yeah,
still going strong today, isn't
yeah,
it? So
yeah, yeah. I mean, they've
you
even
know,
got a. I don't think it's anything like on the scale of certainly of Disneyland or Disneyland Paris or whatever, but they've got their
yeah.
own sort of theme parks. There's
Oh, really?
one in
Oh,
Germany,
wow.
and one in Malta, and I think there might be one in Spain. There's
Wow.
definitely one in Malta and one in Germany,
Yeah.
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 So I think that's where
But
they're both sort of produced.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no. Well, it's yeah, I think yeah. I don't know if I'm 100% honest with you, but I just yeah, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Right, moving
Yeah.
on. What else we got? I mean, this is Matchbox, and this is what are these?
Well, we used to call them Mac men, obviously, because
Mac
they're
Men. That's it.
Mac and they're
Yep.
men. You know,
Yep.
it doesn't look this other thing. But I can remember having these. I think when we used to go on holiday,
Yep.
again in the 70s, we probably didn't take many toys with us.
Okay.
Again, whether it was because, they were too big or what do you take or what, I can't really remember. But I can remember buying these on holiday,
Yeah.
whether they were for, like, £1 or £2 each, because 'cause you'd get a vehicle and a man in a set for, I don't know, say about 2 or 3 quid maybe.
Oh, that's not
I
bad,
think you
is it?
could possibly get the men on their own. I don't think they were in I think they were in a box if I remember, but I could always remember getting them on holiday. Whether
Yeah.
we've still got them at my dad's loft, I don't know. But again, they're probably the first again, this would be pre-Star Wars for me,
Yeah.
um, and it's that sort of action figure. Um,
So what was the size of these, Des?
I think
What
they're
was the
about 3
scale?
inches I think they're about 3 inches tall. So
3
just
inches.
slightly
Okay.
whether they're the same
Yeah.
sort of size as the mask, I don't know.
Yeah.
As in the, the mask figures,
Yeah.
not far off.
But I mean,
But
they
yeah,
look pretty cool, don't they? I mean, God, you got a good selection of vehicles and stuff, haven't you? So
yeah,
that's
yeah. I say
that's
it's,
pretty cool. And look at this. This is a playset.
and
Wow.
again, whether I don't know whether this well, this surely this must be pre-mask. Is that the sort of Boulder Hill, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Version,
Yeah.
But, I say I can't remember there being any TV show or cartoon or comics that went with it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they might well have been. And I'm sure VTR Dave's got stuff very similar to this, which is,
Action Jackson.
Action Jack.
Yeah, Action Jack. That's it, Action Jack. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember Action Jack. I don't remember these guys,
yeah. But yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
and I think they were the again, I suppose it's almost like pre-action force as well, where you had
Yeah.
your um, different coloured boiler suits for want of a better word,
Yeah.
with different sort of branches of the Mobile Action Command.
Yeah.
Bit like is it Q Force, Z Force, Tiger
That's
Force,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, I'm not saying Action Force stole the idea at all,
Yeah.
but you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just sort of similar.
But with these, were they all? Because Playmobil pretty much the same mold when it comes to the figures. Was it the same with these guys? Was it
Yeah.
the same
Oh,
mold
yeah,
for the
yeah,
figures?
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you look, they're all got nice big square jaws.
Yeah.
They're all sort of yeah, but they're all like a clone.
Yeah.
Literally. Or the only thing that's different is the color boiler suit.
But
But
then
like I say,
that didn't bother you in those days, did it? With the toys were toys. You weren't worried
yeah.
about if it was a repaint or a
No,
reissue.
exactly.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
It was,
It didn't even enter our minds.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah. Happy days playing on the beach or playing, around the caravan or wherever we were
yeah.
in the sand dunes or whatever. Um,
So, I mean, did you have quite a bit of this stuff then? Did you have this playset
Certainly,
here?
we never had that play set. Again,
Oh, okay.
that's the sort of big ticket item.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah,
I think that would have been the big ticket item, as all the sort of vehicles would have been the same sort of level, nothing above
yeah,
it. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, yeah, just happy. I say I'd love to know if I've still got stuff like that at my dad's loft. But
Wow.
my dad's loft is worse than this. And
Oh
yeah,
god.
there's the
Yeah.
guys, all the
But I
same.
mean, yeah, look at that. That is you could certainly army build those, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I mean,
again, if for a good price, and if they
yeah,
were on Toy Fair, I'd certainly pick one or two of them up.
yeah. So, I mean, you've even got articulation in the knees, right? So you can get
Yeah,
them seated in the
yeah,
vehicles. I mean,
yeah.
but, Star Wars weren't even articulated, were they, on the knees
No,
with the elbows back in
no,
back in those
no,
days? So,
no.
that's pretty cool. I do like this. I mean, like I say, I remember Action Jack, but I think it was just the
Yeah,
figures that you got in those little boxes.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you got any vehicles for Action
yeah,
Jack.
yeah. And I think again, the colours that you could get, I think I've seen, again, doing a bit of research to refresh my mind.
Yeah.
You get sort of black, yellow, white, green, red,
Okay.
sort of different colours. I mean, there's one at the back there that's like a beigey colour. So,
Okay.
like you
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
you
That's
could
the one.
army
Yeah.
build them,
Yeah.
to your heart's content. So yeah.
And again, because it's that small scale, and there's a lot of like world building again, isn't it? World building
Yeah,
aspect for that sort of
yeah,
stuff. So I
yeah.
mean, do you think toy companies back in those days were conscious of world building?
You'd like to think they were, I suppose, because you
Yeah,
think what's their main objective is to sell as many units as they can,
yeah,
I suppose. So yeah, if that sort of takes in the form of world building, you want a platoon of the green guys, maybe a couple of the black guys. You know what I mean? That sort
yeah,
of
yeah,
uh, uh, just like you say to army build.
yeah. But
Again, how many?
I just really interesting because the last I don't think apart from Playmobil, the Britons I didn't hear of. I was unaware of these guys. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
But I've got to say, Des, I've got to say the next thing that you're going to show us. Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Oh,
I was having
talk us through this, Des.
well, I was having the conversation, sort of trying to work out what sort of age I were. This would have been after Star Wars, so I'd
Yeah,
have been sort of 12 to 16ish. And Mrs. T was saying, "Well, you were playing with toys at 16." I'm like, "Yeah,
this isn't a toy, Mrs. T. This isn't a
yeah,
toy.
it's not a toy, but it is a toy, but it's not a toy."
Yeah, I get
You
you.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, a lot of people that were my age would be started to play the computer games and
yeah,
and sort of, during the summer we'd be at the park playing football from morning till night,
yeah,
unless we we're at school, obviously, and then you're playing at break time, dinner time,
yeah,
after school. But in the winter, you couldn't go out because it was dark
yeah,
or raining or whatever, so you could still play football.
yeah,
Whether you were playing on your own,
yeah.
or you have a mate round, or I'll play against my brother, you're still sort of playing. But yeah,
This is making me so happy seeing this. This was something that was very close to my heart as a kid. I mean, we used to lay the pitch out on the floor and used to crawl around, but the only thing was that is you'd crawl and you go snap and you go, oh no, so he's
oh,
off injured, so the
yeah,
players would break.
yeah,
So my dad, bless him, got us a fairly thick bit of ply boarding and stuff like that. So we pinned the pitch on that and put the goals on there and got some fencing around the outside. And we used to
yeah,
put it up on the living room table, which used to infuriate my mum because that was like dinner time at the dinner table, out the window for that evening. It was in the front room with the
yeah,
trays on the lap, sort of thing. But just how cool was this though, Des?
yeah,
As
yeah.
playing it, it
Oh,
was just
it yeah, I loved it. I mean, I'm sure the box is still around my dad's, and we've got
yeah,
these sort of figures, but I'm sure I ain't got a clue where we got them from, but we had a lot of the old style figures.
like these, Des. That kind of boxing.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
The figures seem a bit more masculine, a bit more beefier.
yeah.
Yeah, bit more.
They're a
I'm
lot.
sort of
They're a bit heavier. They're a bit
yeah,
weightier.
yeah. I mean, I don't know whether you can remember John Charles. I mean, I've certainly never watched him, but he was like a Welsh player in the
Okay.
1950s, early 60s. He went to Juventus, but he bit like the Mac men, big square
Yeah,
jaw, big,
yeah,
just the model, and the figures were like him, just a big
yeah,
hot
yeah.
shot Hamish.
Oh,
If you can remember Hot Shot Hamish.
was that a comic strip?
Yeah, he was a big Scottish footballer that had
Okay.
the shot, which was hot shot. He'd take the
Okay.
keeper
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
but he was a big, muscle man. Almost like a
yeah,
He-Man
yeah,
footballer, that sort of thing. But so they were like him. So we had some of those. Again, where we got them from, I haven't got a clue. But yeah, yeah, hours of fun. Certainly in the
yeah,
in the winter when you couldn't play.
yeah,
I never went down the computer route of playing the computer games, whether it be the Spectrum or the Commodore or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It sort of it's never interested me, and that's just me.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm the same, Des. To be honest with you, I would have rather played this.
yeah,
Would have
yeah,
rather played this. We did World Cups. I mean, I spent hours around my friend's house at weekends playing this. or even in the evenings and stuff like that. But sometimes in the holidays when I was at home and stuff like that, like I say, I get the pitch up and play. I do
Yeah.
my own leagues and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
but I think it's one of those games where you can play it on your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just bit of bias creeps in every now and again, doesn't it, about who you want to win and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Liverpool always win.
well, no. The thing is, I although I supported Liverpool, it was never a case of Liverpool always winning. I think it was one year it was
Okay.
Ipswich and Crystal Palace
Oh,
battling it
right.
out
Okay.
to
Yeah.
win the league and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Southampton were there or thereabouts, So it was. And I tried to be very mindful that I can't have Liverpool winning everything because my
Yeah.
dad would probably say, "Oh, well, let's have a look at that," because I used to write all the
Yeah. Yeah.
fixtures down and stuff like that.
And
Do
I
you
think,
remember the scoreboard where you got the
yeah.
teams? I used to put them in a bowl and then pick them out of a box or something
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
right, this is
Yeah.
playing this week.
But I think the fact and figures things and doing the leagues and the homes and aways and the goals
Yeah,
for goals. I think a lot of that was a part of the appeal.
yeah,
You could sort of do that.
yeah,
It was about the football and playing it and flicking,
yeah,
all that sort of stuff. But I think
yeah,
I enjoyed a lot of that because what I did, I played when I was at youth football. I played in the local sort of streets league,
yeah,
um, and because Weetabix is a big company that's in the sort of next town, and it was the Weetabix Youth League.
yeah,
And what I did, in my sort of weird mind, I said, well, I'm going to have the Weetabix Youth League as the what would be now the Premier League, like the Division
yeah,
One of the time. So I was playing, and the team I played for played in all white. So I had
yeah.
Spurs, so they were my team. So I was
Right.
number 4, and that was me playing. I
Oh,
was,
that is
uh,
how
but
cool is that?
but
That is
to take,
awesome.
and then I'll play against in my head, and in my bedroom. I'll play against the other teams. Say the Man United I had probably would be
Yeah,
sort of Ice Lodge or Grange United or whatever teams it were.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'd play
yeah,
against that, but in my mind it was the sort of the top level of so
yeah,
much so, and I'm sure you well, I think we've talked about this previously with your Panini football stickers.
yeah,
So what I did, all my swaps, I'd I'd made my own sticker album. I'd got some sort of booklet or whatever, and I'd made my and I've got it somewhere, but I can't find it. So I'd cut out the real people's names and I'd put it in the sticker album under a false name
yeah.
from my sort of proper
Oh, wow. Yeah,
sort of youth
yeah.
league.
That is so
So
cool.
and I've got that somewhere. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, look, I mean, this stadium, I mean, you could
And
build
again,
stadiums and stuff like that,
this
and
isn't mine. This is like
no, no. But I mean, did you have stadium though? Did you
no,
did you get
no.
any stands? You didn't?
A couple of my mates had, and it was always the quandary. Do you get some painted figures for
Yeah,
like 4 figures for £2, or
yeah,
do you get unpainted 50 unpainted for 50p or whatever the price were,
yeah,
and then paint them yourself or just put them round.
yeah.
But yeah, but my mate had a bit
Wow.
of a grandstand, but
Yeah.
it was always empty because you couldn't fit it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have any stands at the time. We because they used to do floodlighting as well, didn't they? They had the
Yeah,
floodlights, but I never
but
had that. I think my dad might have done when he was a kid because, like I said, when I went to the last Sandown Toy Fair, I come back with a 1960s um what do you call it, Saputo set,
yeah,
and I think it was 60s, but I'm very happy with that because that's the type of thing that my dad and my uncles played with. So
yeah,
to
yeah,
get that in the collection, I just it was a
yeah.
no-brainer for me. But when you
It's like
played, oh, sorry, go on.
yeah. No, go on, go on. Sorry, go
No,
on,
no,
speak.
go on. After you.
I was gonna say, when you look at, obviously we're big sort of toy fans now, big Star
Mm,
Wars or whatever people collect now.
yeah,
So you've got people that like us that are Subbuteo fans, which is what these are from.
yeah,
I think off some Facebook group, but they're as we collect and do dioramas or whatever, setups in our rooms of
yeah,
Star Wars or Action Force or whatever. There's people doing it with Subbuteo, and
yeah,
they get the grandstands, and then they fill
yeah,
it, they populate it, and there's people that do customs for
yeah,
if your team's plays in yellow and black or whatever, they'll do the fans in yellow and black.
yeah,
If your team wears white, they'll do the teams with white scarves. but with different,
Yeah.
it's just when you scratch the surface, it just goes on and on and on, and
Oh,
it's
I know.
it's
But what I
and
used to
again,
love
what we were saying earlier, Stu, about you can buy the team. I mean, I don't know how much the team were, a couple of quid maybe,
yeah,
whatever it was
yeah,
back in the day. But then you could get a goal for a quid, or
yeah,
some advertising boarding, or like we were saying,
yeah,
the crowd painted or unpainted, or the grandstand, or you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Again catered for
Oh,
all
it did.
price
It
points.
did. But do you remember the catalog that you used to get, and it had all the teams
Yeah,
in there? Oh, I
yeah.
used to love flicking through
Well,
that.
I
Right,
can
what
not
things
so
I
much
want
the
to go and
catalogue,
find.
but I can remember we had a poster. I think we even had it on our wall in me and my
Oh,
brother's bedroom.
really? Really? Yeah.
Because it always got me that, I think off the top of my head, Paraguay was
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, because you could mix and match the teams, couldn't you? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's I suppose
'Cause
I don't know. I can remember in the 80s, you'd get like you've got the Liverpool team, and is it the one with
yeah.
the pinstripe?
No, 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 it's just the one with it's the '60s one with the
Oh,
white
okay,
collar.
okay. But I
Yeah.
can remember buying the Liverpool one with the pinstripe, and that would
Yeah, yeah,
be
yeah.
Liverpool. That's
That's
it.
yeah. Yeah,
And I think I had Spurs with the Holston, with
yeah.
the sort of the chest had the sort of lines come across it, and
That's
that
it,
would
yeah.
be Spurs, and that's it.
Yeah,
You couldn't double if it was just a white
yeah.
strip, that could double up as Leeds
Well,
or,
I had, back when I played it was again, this was, like, during the '80s, I had Denmark, but their kit was very similar to Southampton's at that time, so
okay,
even
yeah,
though it was
yeah,
Denmark, I'd use them as Southampton,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I
what was
understand.
it? There was, I think when Southampton were away, I would use Brazil as the no, that was Crystal Palace. When Crystal
Palace,
Palace
yeah,
were away,
yeah,
I
yeah,
would use Brazil as their away kit,
yeah, yeah,
because of the
exactly, yeah,
orange, the white, the yellow, and the blue and stuff like that, but
yeah,
I remember because this was don't forget when we played this was before the Premier League, so there weren't the big
yeah.
squads and stuff like
No,
that.
no,
So it was really weird because we would just stick with the 11 players, not that they were going to get tired and they could play as many games in a day as you know what I mean. Not like today's players, they're tired
yeah,
after three
yeah,
games, aren't
yeah,
they? These
yeah,
guys played 4 games in a day, but I don't really remember ever substituting players out. But what I used to do is I used to get the on a Sunday after the football weekend had finished, you used to get all the scores, didn't you, and stuff
yeah,
like that. And then you had the team selection, the players that were playing in the. So I used to write down all the players so I could get the squads and stuff like that, and the players and yeah, I mean it's just little things like that. And Des, did you when you played on your own or with your friends, did you used to do the commentary?
yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah,
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 of course you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't out loud, it's certainly in here.
Oh no, I was talking out loud. I was commentating, and me and my mate, we spent hours just chatting away. It was
Yeah,
absolute waffle, but
yeah.
it was great though. We loved it.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
We loved it.
yeah. It'd be interesting. I'm sure there's someone sort of sat up in heaven looking down at us thinking, how many hours have you played doing this? Just wasted playing
Yeah,
this. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
great
But
fun.
like I said,
Absolutely.
we used to do leagues and stuff like that. And then we
Yeah,
used to do we used to have teams relegated, but then we'd draw teams out of another box and stuff like that from the scoreboards because we
yeah,
weren't going to do Division 2 because at that time it would have been taken too long. So we
yeah,
just got
yeah,
teams that weren't in our, and then we said, right, okay, these are
yeah,
going to be up next season, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
But then we did World Cups, we did the Euros and stuff like that. It was
yeah,
just such
yeah, yeah.
great fun.
I
10
can
minutes
remember.
each way.
Yeah, yeah. But it was your own. There was rules, but then you could adapt the rules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Couldn't you? I mean, I can
yeah,
remember being in, I don't know, it history or geography or one of the class, one class at school, and I'd done picking the sort of the cup competition. I had them in a hat, and me and my mates who had nothing to do, they'd never come round, but
yeah.
they were interested in what I'm doing because they were sort of playing because they played in the league I played in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see what I mean? So they'd
Mm,
sort of chip in and they'd be
yeah,
interested to see, oh, who we got, even though it was
yeah.
just in my bedroom with
I do
flicking
it
bits of
was
plastic around.
so do you remember the days at school when you used to have, like, end of school term, the last day of term, you used to take toys in and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
me and my friend, we used to bring our Sabito stuff in. We used to have a massive competition that went on all day because we didn't do any classes. We just did
No,
that.
no, it just a
And I
DOS
was
phone.
absolutely gutted because me and my friend were saying, "Oh yeah, we play this all the time and stuff like that." I got beat and knocked out in the first round. I was gutted, absolutely gutted, because I just had to sit there and watch for the rest of the day. I was like, "Oh, for God's sake!" You know what I mean?
So
But oh,
these are the bits that I've found, and I
oh,
think
go on,
officially that is Mrs.
look at that!
T's. But
Wow,
there's no top.
FA Cup.
Yeah, but and I found that, and I found
Oh, well, look at that!
just a little
Wow.
just one of the little
Yeah, that's
balls.
the one that you get with the set, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we got a little display of Liverpool sort of stuff downstairs, so it
Yeah.
sort of goes. But what I thought a few years ago, I thought it would be nice to get a few European cups on a little display. Try and get I think probably at the time it was 5, but now obviously it's
Yeah.
6 for all you
Yeah.
Man United fans. It's 6 European cups that Liverpool have won.
Sorry, was
Um,
that so that again, was that 6? I didn't quite hear that.
6,
6.
yeah, yeah.
6, yeah, yeah.
Um, to get them, but it's just a nice display
Yeah.
because I mean they're fantastic replicas. They're
Oh,
beautiful. I mean,
absolutely. Yeah,
something
yeah.
that's probably 40-year-old, maybe
Yeah.
maybe more than that. Um, but then I looked online and they were like 30, 40 quid each, and
Seriously?
you need 6. That's 6 again for
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, that works out as £30, 6 times £30, quite a lot of
Exactly,
money,
yeah.
isn't it,
Yeah,
Des? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because then you want your sort of, your other cups to go, but I just thought, "Well, that'd be a nice display."
Yeah.
Um, but,
I
yeah,
mean,
an
I think the
expensive
only
display.
upside on that, Des, is if you are a Man United supporter or an Everton supporter or an Arsenal supporter, you would have to spend so much money on those cups,
Oh,
would you, if you wanted to do a little
yeah.
display? You know, not as
I
much as
I
Liverpool.
I buy shabby a new screen now, it's just through something cut, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Every other yeah.
Is
Yeah,
this something that you would collect again? Because I'm talking from experience here. I always said I'm very, very doubtful that I would ever get back into collecting that again because well, I mean, money wise, it's going for okay money, but I just thought I've not got the space. I've got 2 sets now, and
yeah,
do you know? And I'm just really glad that I have bought it because I'm
yeah.
just so happy looking at it.
Thing is, you know the size of
Yeah,
the area you need. It's literally a football
yeah,
pitch,
yeah, yeah,
albeit scaled down for, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
maybe a bit for because I don't think you'd go, if you let's just say money's no object, yeah, I'm gonna get a set, and I definitely would.
yeah,
And you've got the room to display. You'd only want the pitch, and then whether you'd sort of do the 2 ends and then one side, so you got one side that you could sort of
yeah. I see.
get
Yeah, I
at.
see what
You
you
see
mean.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's a good idea.
that'd
Mm.
be awesome, absolutely awesome.
Did you get the AstroTurf pitch? The one that come in the tube?
I don't know. It's
Astro
I,
pitch. Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't have thought we'd have just had the traditional sort of cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I can
That
remember
was good. That was
it
good.
was when you folded it up because you'd have the folds in the
Yeah.
and if you just want an impromptu game and you sort of just sort of laid it out without pinning it down,
Yeah.
you're sort of going down the wing and all of a sudden it's where's that ball gone? Because it's
Hit
a
a little
crease
divot. Yeah,
and gone
yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
thought, well,
dear.
that's probably like playing at the local park, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the AstroTurf was good. I mean, for then it was probably about 20 quid, 25
Okay.
quid. And it come in like a tube. You had to unroll it and then just let it you'd lay naturally at room temperature. So you had to probably
Yeah.
wait for about 20 minutes, half an hour before you could
Okay. Yeah.
sit there
Yeah.
waiting for it, come on, hurry up and whatever.
Yeah.
So then once that was laid down, we actually put it on, like I say, that board, put pins in it, and then put that fencing because you got the fencing here. You used to
Yeah.
put that round. Then we used to have the goals that had the actual bases to them that you could also pin to
Yeah.
the pitch
Yeah.
and the board as well. Oh, Des,
Yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But
But
we've
say
got one
if you,
more. Oh, sorry.
so I say, but if you just go on some of the groups on
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah, yeah,
and just look at them and just some of the setups, it's just fantastic. And I have started to see stuff at the NEC.
yeah,
You
yeah.
sort of
I've
think,
seen a
"Oh,
couple of
it's in
bits. Yeah,
Osabucho." Literally walk around the corner and there's a few boxes there. Like, what prices were like and what they were like, who they were or
yeah,
whatever, I don't know.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that is a
But
niche
no, it's
that
just
that might
when
need to
you
be
put this up,
scratched.
when you put this up, Des, I was like, I thought this is awesome, absolutely awesome. But we've got one more item to discuss and talk us through this, Des.
What, my hair? My brother's hair? The
The
dog?
carpet. Yeah.
The green rug
Oh my god, I didn't see the green rug. Wow. Yeah,
on the
yeah.
brown, yeah, yeah.
That is
But
so 70. That is 70s, isn't it?
oh Christ, yeah, absolutely, yeah. The
What
curtains,
a
the
decade.
brown settee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
It looked like every home in the UK in the 70s, no doubt.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what we talking about here, Des?
That would be again doing a bit of research. I think the Palatoy Death Star came out in '78,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing this would be Christmas. Sorry, in '79. Sorry, I'm guessing this would be Christmas '79.
Yeah.
Um, and it's if you see, it's the construction of the Death Star because you can see the big crane on there.
Yeah, yeah. I see that. Is good thinking. I like that. Wow.
I genuinely can't remember the. I'm assuming they're die-cast X-wing and Tie Fighter that's on the crane.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
remember that. Obviously, the crane's whatever the crane is. I don't know if it's Meccano
Yeah.
or whatever that is constructing. But yeah, that's around my dad's house, which where he still lives now.
Wow.
And that's me with a Star Wars album, me and my brother with some dodgy looking haircuts and wearing the same clothes.
God. That's mate. But the the thing is with this, with the Death Star, was that something that you were expecting for Christmas, or was that a surprise?
No, no, certainly surprised.
Yeah.
I I can remember. I can't remember getting it. Obviously, I've got it because there's photo evidence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But what I can remember playing with it, and I can't. You can't see any figures there. Whether my brother's got them all and not letting me play with them, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I can remember playing with it and being really annoyed that in some of the areas that you're playing with your figures, they had stormtroopers.
Yeah.
As like the obviously on the sort of on the wall.
On the walls. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you couldn't move them.
Yeah.
That really annoyed me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
I don't know why they done that. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
but, oh,
you know,
mate. I mean, that's even the box fit there, isn't it? In the back, is that
yeah,
the box
on
fit
the
in the
right-hand
back?
side, yeah,
Oh, look at that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
obviously, because this you're saying this was 79, so you'd seen Star Wars, you knew all about it and stuff like that. So again, it was a big toy line for you, wasn't it, as a
yeah,
kid?
yeah, yeah, it's, I say it's something that, I was saying to my brother about it, I can't genuinely, hand on heart, can't remember seeing it at the pictures.
Wow.
The and
Wow.
I said to my brother, say my brother's 18 months older, and he can't. That's not to say we didn't, but I just
Yeah.
genuinely can't remember because he made the point. If it came on the pic on the you could, there's no videos, and if the video's out, we didn't have a video till the mid-80s,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have been on the telly for 3 or 4 years, maybe more than that.
Yeah.
So we must have gone to watch it. That's the only explanation I can say. But I know,
Yeah.
and it's one of the sort of I won't say frustrating. It's what it is. It's what it is. But I can't. I've got no memory of that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
What I find interesting is I've asked you because I knew this was coming up, the Star Wars and stuff like that. And this is why I was asking you the questions about your previous toy lines that you had as a kid. If you'd seen them, or you see them out and about, and it brings back that nostalgia feel, would you be inclined to get it because you're like, oh, I had that as a kid? And you said probably not. Where would you going to store it? What is it about Star Wars then for you that sets it apart from everything else? Because we know you've got a big Star Wars collection, and you go to these toy fairs and Echo, and you pick bits up to add to your collection. So, what is the difference then for you between the Star Wars toys and the other toys that you had as a kid pre Star Wars?
I think for me, whether I was just at the right age. So when Star Wars came out,
Mm,
whether I watched it or remembering watching it, well, I can't remember. But I'd have been sort of 6,
yeah,
7, and it just hit that right age. It was just everything just aligned in that perfect sort of line,
yeah,
and it just sort of resonated with me.
Yeah.
It just yeah, it's I can't explain it. It's just um
Well, I think you can, Des, because it's Star Wars.
well, yeah. I
Yeah.
think to coin the phrase, I think that is it because it's Star Wars. It's just there. It's always
Yeah.
been not always been there because obviously there was a little bit before, but for me now, looking back, it's always been there. You know,
Yeah.
it obviously from sort of 12 or 13, around sort of 85 with the sort of the you know I'd grown up a bit more.
Yeah.
I discovered football, and then that's the other sort of passion in my life. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know. Um, but Styles has always been there. It was put on the back burner, but I can remember being at when my sort of brother moved out, when we're getting about all sort of teenagers, early 20s,
Yeah.
in my room, there's always a few bits and bobs hanging around, but I had 3 boxes of my vintage stuff, and it was just put in a cupboard, I suppose, you sort
Yeah.
of, I say you move on, it's just what it is, Um, but when I moved out to be with Mrs. T, I had 5 boxes that I moved out
Wow.
with, and this would have been
Wow.
in '94, so this is pre, Power of the Force 2 figures coming out. I had
Yeah.
a I had a box of my work clothes. I had a box of my good clothes. I had 3 boxes of my vintage Star Wars stuff, and that came
Wow.
with me. And I wasn't a collector then, I just had it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it sort of it was up here as like, this is mine, this is coming with me. Or technically it's me, mine and my brother's, but
Yeah.
possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and then when I moved in with Mrs. T, and I got with her brother as well, Mike. He's could be he's younger than me, but he's a big Star Wars fan. He's yeah, he's the same as me. You cut him
Yeah.
and you bleed Star Wars. Um, and he started this. So this is about '95. He started collecting the Power of the Force 2 figures, and then yeah, I like them. They're good. I mean, they're big, bulky, but they were
Yeah.
Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
matter
Yeah.
what they look like, they're Star Wars
Yeah.
figures. And going in Woolies, they're 5 each. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I had disposable money then, but I had my own money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And so I got the first one. I'm looking at them now. I've got a first couple. And then they do this one, I'll get that one. And then all of a sudden, they're taking up too much room. Where am I going to put them? Oh, I'll just open them. They're toys, I'll open them. They're not that dear, they're not sort of
Yeah. Yeah.
expensive. So I opened them. And then 30 years later, this
All
light's
of a
here.
sudden, just like that.
Bing,
You
it
know.
goes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But
I,
but
I,
I pulled out a few figures that see, I think that's one of the first figures I'd have had.
yeah.
It's just your generic stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Favorite figure ever,
Yep. Yep.
and these are mine from being from a child.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay.
And I can remember when I sort of moved in here, I opened up the box of figures I had, and I genuinely I couldn't remember who I had, who I didn't have. I knew I didn't have the full set,
Yeah.
but he was like
Oh,
smiling at me. He's literally on top, and he's just
wow.
beaming up at me.
First figure you see. That's awesome.
Oh, thank yes. But there's a few that I didn't get. I've got them since. But this is a recent thing. So this is my original Nenum.
Okay. Yep.
That so during the summer holidays, we used to go to my nan's caravan at Heysham near Hunstanton, and we'd be there. We'd go there for the 2 weeks of the Easter holiday, the odd weekend, Whit week. We were there on holiday, and the summer holidays, which is like 6.5, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
We'd be there for 6.5, 7 weeks. We'd be sort of like left there with my grandma, and we'd play. We'd take all our. This is where we did take toys with us, and we'd take Star Wars stuff. Pretty
Yeah.
much just the figures. We wouldn't take ships as such. Maybe take
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
mini and we'd cut away the figures, the car
Oh,
backs,
okay. Is that mail away one?
and there's the mail away. So he
Mail
got
away.
delivered
Yeah.
to Palm Beach Caravan Park in Heysham. But you look, I don't know if you can see his head.
So,
He's obviously had an accident with, where are we?
oh yeah, yeah. Oh dear.
So and he's a bit physically a bit tacky.
Yeah.
And the other day at the NEC, I picked up this Needham.
Oh wow.
It was £2.50,
Oh,
and I thought I'm going to do some customizing with him. So I've got a bit of an itch for doing some of that sort of stuff.
oh okay.
And again, that's from my brother-in-law because he does a lot of
Yeah.
customers.
Is that one tacky? Does that one feel
No,
tacky?
no, this one's almost mint.
Well, why is it then some of them go tacky then at the same figure?
I don't know whether it's because he's been out on display and he's been in sort of
Possibly, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. But that's my childhood one.
Yeah.
That's not. Does that make sense? He
Yeah.
he means more to me than any new ones. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, mate. I don't. That's not personal.
No, but I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean
You know,
because I've
with
said this 101 times. I look at my Star Wars figures and think, yeah, they're great, the vintage kind of ones. But none of those ones that I've got now were ones that I had as a kid.
but what I'd like to say to that, and to everybody who says that, Stu,
Yeah.
think of the and again, this is how I'd play it in my mind. The unknown soldier. Do you know the story of the unknown soldier is in Westminster Abbey?
No.
He was from the First World War.
Okay.
They got a body. They didn't know whose. Again, I'm going a bit off topic now, but they didn't know who it was. So he's unnamed. I think they brought four and they picked one. So he's the
Yeah.
unnamed soldier. So anybody that's mourning, it could be their son. So what I'm trying to get at is those figures that you've got there
Yeah.
might be yours
Possibly.
from when you was a kid. Just
Possibly.
just cl-
Oh no, no, no.
just cling.
No, because
Oh, yours.
unfortunately, I know what happened to my bloody lot.
But do you see what I mean?
Unfortunately. Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
see what
yeah.
I
I
mean?
get. Yeah, yeah,
And when you told the story of that you got some of them He-Man stuff that
yeah,
your dad were gonna chuck out,
yeah. Oof, yeah,
you know, and it just warms the heart. You know what I mean? They were saved. There's a little story there, but
yeah,
end of the day, they're your figures from when you was a kid.
yeah, yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's great. Absolutely
Would
great.
you say that about all of your toys? Then the toys that you had as a kid that you've got in your collection mean more to you than what you've got in since.
Um, yeah,
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 yeah. I thought as
because
much. Yeah.
you've got that attachment.
Connection. Yeah, attachment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The one, I don't mean this. I'm not having to go at anybody else. You're all mean the world to me.
Because the only reason I was asking was because Martin, I was talking to Martin the other night, and we were talking about this, and he said about that. So he said, well, if Des is not really that attached to his barge, he'll take it off your hands. But
I've told him he can come and stroke this whenever he wants.
yeah, bless him,
Beautiful,
bless him.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and I was thinking it's 2 years since we've done My Collecting Life,
Oh God, is it
and
really?
yeah, and you said to me, what's the Holy Grail?
Wow, I can't believe it
Yeah,
was 2 years ago, Des.
yeah, two
God.
years, almost to the day, almost to the day.
Oh wow, wow.
So
But yeah,
yeah,
you've got it. Oh, the
so that's
rancor as
that's
well.
another chat.
Yeah,
So this is again, this is a memory that I had. Again, being at the caravan in Heysham,
yeah,
I was there for my birthday, being August, and we went. Me, my brother, and my grandma went to Kings Lynn, and
yeah.
we bought that. And this was my birthday present
And that's the
from.
actual one you had as a kid.
So this is when I was a kid. Yeah,
Ah.
still works. Sausages.
Hang on, I'm gonna join you. Look at, I mean, look at that,
Yeah,
awesome, isn't it?
yeah. Oh, they're beautiful.
That's
So
so cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So I got that,
Des.
and I can remember going into. We used to walk into Hunstanton. It was about a mile along the beachfront.
Yeah.
The others are in there, but that's. I
Oh,
mean,
Max
look at it now.
Rebo. Yeah,
Yeah, but look at.
yeah, different color. I think
Yeah,
mine started. Yeah, mine's gone.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
But then what I've done, we're talking about my grandma because she was an absolute diamond. When she passed away, probably about 15 years ago, we got a bit of money from the estate, and I bought the no, what was it? Was it TIE Fighter? I think it was not TIE Fighter, it's Snow Speeder. So
Okay.
that was my last present from my grandma.
Oh, bless.
So yeah, again, that's because I've got so much memories of playing things and doing things, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
it just means the world to me.
Yeah,
Really
I
does.
mean, it's great to have those memories, and it's so cool when you can sit and look at your toys and stuff like that, and you know when you got it and who you got it from, and the feelings of the feelings that you get for those toys, and at the end, excuse me, at the end of the day, they're just little bits of plastic, but they mean so much, doesn't it? And I
Mm,
think, yeah,
yeah,
awesome,
yeah. Again,
awesome.
and I think that's in essence um, is why we collect what we do.
Yeah, 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 definitely for nostalgia feels, and it was funny because I was talking to Eric Lutz, and he was one of the guys that did an episode of this, and he was. I said, you look back then, it was simpler times, and he said, was it? He said, you still had bills to pay. Still had I said, yeah, we didn't, not as kids.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not as we didn't as kids. We just all we had was toys, and that's what we and stuff like that. And so I think to take those memories from childhood into adulthood, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think
No.
it's quite
No.
healthy.
Yeah.
It can
Exactly.
get overbearing sometimes. Some people take it a little bit maybe too extreme and stuff like that, and they
Mm,
can't let go. But I think if you get the balance right, I think
yeah.
looking back, like we've done tonight with your Subutio and the rest of your toys and stuff like that, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's awesome, absolutely
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I'll tell you what I'm enjoying as well now, and again, this is shabby and sizeful with the tub thumpers that they do, the show that they do.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
I've done mine, it was getting I sort of a lot of my vintage was in the tubs, so I sort of got that out, and yeah, because I'm allowed a bit more room up here now, so I could
yeah,
expand. So
yeah.
I got them out, and then it was like, well, this is missing. I didn't realise that was missing. So I got the so this is more vintage battle damage, but all the guns were missing.
Yeah,
So it was we went to Echo, went to the NEC and picking
yeah.
them up. You know, not extortionate prices, but I had to pay a bit. I had to pay a bit for them. Millennium Falcon, I got everything, but when the Top Gun was there's a bit snapped off it. Pick that up.
Okay.
It's that searching for it.
Yeah.
Things like that. Where's the other? Oh, isn't it? Oh, it's the Falcon. So yeah, so it and I'll tell you what I did find the other day.
Go on.
And we go on about card backs now, don't we? And how
Yes.
flimsy they are. So there's my original Tebow.
Wow.
Got that.
Flimsy. Oh, look at that. Oh, I mean, God. Yeah. Yeah.
Lando General. Look at look at the
Wow.
state of it. But but
Yeah.
what made me laugh, if you look at all these cards, I've done a
Yeah.
bit of a only one Kenobi boo years on them, ain't
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Des, we have come to the top of the hour. We've gone past the top of the hour. I've got to
I'm
say,
sorry.
no, don't apologize, mate. I've had so much fun chatting to you. Thank you so much. And it's just great seeing the toys that you had as a kid and the memories that they brought back for you and stuff like that. And what I like about this series is sometimes that, I mean, I get to see toys that I've never seen before, like the Britons, and people have shown stuff that I've never seen before. But when you get something that connects with you as well, that you show that's sort of like connects with me, like the Sabito and the Star Wars and stuff like that. Oh, it's just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Where can people find you on social media, Des?
Instagram, pretty much there's a few on Facebook. Well, I've got, but that's pretty much for family, and
Yeah.
sort of, and that. So you don't want to see, where I went on holiday or whatever, and that sort of
Okay.
stuff. You don't. But yeah, Instagram. That's the sort of collecting sort
Well,
of side.
what I'll do is I'll leave the link to your Instagram page in the description below to this video. Des, like I say, it's an absolute pleasure chatting to you, mate. Thank you so much. I really have enjoyed this. Thank you so much for taking part. It does
Thank
mean a lot.
you for doing it, Stu.
No, no, no. It's a pleasure. Like I say, it's I just like hearing people's like memories and stuff like that, and because this series come about by me doing that a video a month or so ago with the the toy lines that I had as a kid. You had the Care Bears and the
Yeah, yeah.
My Little Ponies and other bits and bobs and stuff like that as well. So I thought, well, people have my sort of like memories from childhood toys. It'd be great to hear other people. So
Yeah,
here we are. So
yeah.
it's all good. But yeah, awesome stuff, mate. Thank you very much. And for those of you who have stayed and watched or listened to the end, very much appreciated. Thank you. Take care, stay safe, and we shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.